So, Jim. Okay, here we go. I'm going to Europe next week, actually, in a couple of days. First, going to be visiting my son, he's in school near London. I'm going to be visiting some friends in London for most of next week. And then a week from tomorrow, I'll be flying into Germany to look at the old Prussian records and to get a lay of the land and all that stuff. Had a great call with Steve Hunt.
I'm Steve Hunt. I am a cousin of some level with Mitch Apley.
Talking about what I'm going to see and what we're going to talk about once I'm there. I'll be taking pictures once I'm in these archives. There's actually some archives in the Oxford libraries that I'm going to be able to check out of old maps and stuff of what the lay of the land was, 700-800 years ago. So it's all coming together. Like, it's all coincidentally and miraculously coming together. It's terribly exciting. The only thing about it that is a little bit nervous is the fact that I haven't actually done a solo trip in like way over 5 years now. It's been a while. Not that I can't do it. I know how to do it. I'm not an idiot. I'm 52 years old. I've flown all over the world and I know how to make my way around. It's just, the feel for it that I used to have is certainly missing. So makes me think back to what it felt like when I was in the coma dream. And I really didn't know. I mean, I was way outside of my comfort zone in there because I was just taking in everything as it came in, trying to process it as reality as it was presenting. But it was pretty awkward and pretty uncomfortable most of the time, when you've got baby pterodactyls flying around a school bus going down a river. Questions pop up and, you don't really have time to stop and talk about it. You just have to go with the flow. What I'm saying is my current going with the flow is going to be enhanced by the practice that I've had in that particular scenario and several others of just understanding that there really is just one signal emotionally that we all deal with. And it's got a lot of different shapes and sizes, but love is the only emotional signal that is worth paying attention to. There's no such thing as fear or hate in a scientific categorization standpoint. It's like the word cold. There's heat, and we say there's cold, but there's not cold. There's just less heat. The same is true with there's love. There's no hate. There's no fear. There's just a spectrum of love going all the way down to nothing. And when there's no love, that doesn't feel very good. And we all know what that feels like. When there's no love, it feels like fear. It feels like hate. It feels like all the things that we don't like. But those are just words to describe the sensation of being low on love. Low to no love is a very unpleasant place to be. And it causes that feeling of fear and that panic that gets you to do something so that you can rectify that situation. Fear used to be really good at keeping us from getting eaten by bears. The problem is that it still fires at the same level. And when you're talking to a person, you don't have to have the same reaction as you would with a bear. So these types of things are the kinds of things that I'm going to be keeping in mind as I travel through the long lines, the international check-ins and the passport waiting areas. And, it's all electronic. It's not written. So I will be working on remembering that the only signal that I need to pay attention to is the love signal in the room, and that all of the rest of it is just a bunch of dirty, egregoric manipulations of energy that are designed to either extract money from you or engender frustration for some reason or another. Focus on the love. I ought to be able to get through it all just fine. We'll see. I'll let you know. I actually don't know what the rules are for a nascent 52-year-old travelogue blogger. Am I supposed to just film everything? I feel like I'll get arrested if I film everything, so I don't think I can film in the security areas. But is it even exciting? I guess I'll just film a bunch of stuff and then edit it, and that's what editing is for. So okay. Thanks for allowing me to talk that out with you, not with you, sort of in real time. Once again, thanks for continuing on this journey with me, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.